Well, my friends, here we go again. Today with a very nice ball, the Platinum series from Spalding. And when you think I'm a Spalding fan from the 90s, nowadays I'm open-minded. But when you think this ball is good, or I will tell you that, absolutely not. If you don't know my videos. When you know my videos, then you will know this ball is absolutely not good. But boy, what a view. 1, 2, where are we? At hidden court. Bam. Watch at that. That is amazing, or? So high on with this nice ball, the Platinum series. What an outview, or? That is street ball to me, you know. Because I was there before Adidas went up, and that is my style which I like most, not this dangerous one, and the name street ball was not there, you know. To me that was outdoor basketball. That didn't exist the End 1, that didn't exist FIBA 3-3, nothing, you know. Adidas was not there, nothing. It was outdoor basketball, and that is what I enjoy most, and that is what I still do, you know. So that is absolutely amazing. Other word is I moved up with my e-bike, you know, because I have no other one right now. And if you know my opinion from last year, you know, when I told you my respect for e-bikers is not very high, when they tell you that is fitness, you know. Nothing against old people with injuries or people who say I don't want to go up with the heartbeat, I want it easy, all okay. But when young people tell me they drive up a mountain and this and it is tough, I tell you, you see the hate now. And I have a 45 Newton meter bike. That means the absolute lowest of the lowest with a back, you know, here I have it. With a back motor, you know, not a middle motor. The middle motors help you more at the mountains. A back motor. And with this 45 Newton meter, that was so easy to come up, 20 km/h, no breathing, nothing, you know. So my respect, what you do with that is even lower than last year, you know, that I have to tell you the truth. I drive 40 hours a week now, and really when I drive with my mountain bike, where I made all the routes, you know, all mountains what you see, overcome those mountains, we overdrove them, you know. When I drive with that mountain bike 5 minutes straight in the city, I tell you, that is much harder for the legs than to drive up here with the e-bike. With that sense, with the Spalding Platinum series, I extra chosen this ball for today at hidden court, because last time we had the Wilson authentic outdoor ball, and that is a complete different level. Even at the first look, they look a little bit similar, the material, but there is a big difference. And we also have the Spalding Street, which is also in that line from the material, but I will tell you that. And we have now to check if the court is still there, because I mean it is there, because I was in winter also here, what I didn't show you. But they wanted to build $1 million project, you know, $1 million basketball court. A few steps beside that we will check out now, and then we enter in. Wow, that is nice, or? Wow, and so relaxed here, no breathing, no sweating, no heartbeat up. I drove with 20 km/h up like with one-handed, you know. And so we drive in now. Oh my friends, they started it now, I see it, you know. The court is still there, but here they started it. Because they said long time ago they will do it and nothing happened. $1 million project, you see that? There were the tennis courts, not there anymore. You see? All the way. So they will build it. So the question will be if this court still will be there or not, you know. But now I enter in and then we talk about this. Ta-da! Watch my friends, here we have it, the hidden court. What a cool tool, or? Very hidden. So if you don't know where it would be, when I don't show you that, then you would never find this place. But when you know that we are up, then you will know it, you know, when you're from here. Vorsicht, Stufe, you go down, you know. A very cool court, which I like very much. Wait, this is sometimes very quick, now it goes. And asphalt, of course. For that thing, an absolutely great ring and board, you know. Very big, very good playable, but also a very rough court, you know. I played here for a subscriber. Never heard anything again. He said, can you test this Spalding, the DF 1000 precision, you know, I have the size 6 ball on asphalt, and I said yes. I came here, and on that side it is rough asphalt, here it is better, you know, two different versions. And here, those sharp edges, you know, they are really sharp. I dribbled it as much as I can, an indoor ball, nothing happened, no scratching, you know. And yeah, what changed here is a bit now, in summer it is much more darker here, you know, because there are more plants, but they have cut it off some trees, you know, what I have seen. Big trees on that side, you know, so you will see a little bit more even now, like now, you know, but in summer you don't see that much. A cool court, you know, they repaired that thing, but the ball is a size 7 ball. There we come to the point. When you use a size 6 ball, back then it could roll out, the size 7 ball not, so size 7 ball is better, if you know my last videos. And they put on here a very cool private ring, you know, that I have also shown you, and also great. But always when you find such a thing, handle it with respect, don't hang on it, because then it will be over, and that we don't do. And now you see those plants, you know, there are a lot of things. So allergy to me right now, no problem, but can happen that it comes. But yeah, and that is cool, or what a great thing. And yeah, on the mountain complete on, we drove with the bicycle on one day up, and on the other 2000 meter also on one day, the Uhakale, you know. And that was also not tough, you know, even with the mountain bike. I could, when I was 2246 meter, and here 1905, and when I was there I would have the energy to drive to Italy, you know, but the time was late, it was dark, but I could easily drove to Italy, you know, to Madame Court. And yeah, and that it is. And to the other side, now you have seen it. I don't know when I made the video, 2 years ago or so. Here also the ding dong, always here ding dong, that is cool. I showed you pictures and things from the tennis club, and there they built $1 million project. Tennis courts, fire station, and a new basketball court, you know, with a tribune. I have seen from the architecture, the picture, you know, how this will look. But my worries are that this place will then go away, and that they will build in here a house then, you know, but that will happen in 2-3 years or so, 4 years, because 2 courts they will not accept, you know. And the problem will be, my concerns are that they will build in this wobbling rubber court, you know, which is absolutely shit to play basketball or street ball, you know. And there will be a lot of kids and people when all is in one complex. It will look great, but when there is this wobbling rubber like airport court, you never see me at airport court, or almost never, because it is really bad to play. Ding dong. But right now we still have it here. And here I am also since the late 80s, 90s. I was so often here, you cannot imagine. Every week I was here. Also, you can say I was growing up here, because school friend lived here. Every week we drove up here, we played here, we skateboarded here, we made in the woods all stuff, you know. Football, all kind of things. And now I've seen the mother, you know, and she's president of the nature thing, or the second president from the whole country, you know. Driving with a mountain bike, how it should be, really tough, you know. That is cool. And also I was every weekend here with my grandmother, walking those things to Hüttinger Höll and all those things. Ding dong, ding dong. Then you know you are in my country, you know. So, Spalding Platinum Series. This ball, to me, and you know, once again, I'm a Spalding band from the 90s. And when I say it in German, the shit molten thing, then I didn't mean molten is shit, I mean all other companies didn't interest me in the 90s, important, in the 90s. There was only Spalding to me, and if all other balls were molten balls. But if this would have been Adidas ball or Nike balls, it would be the same shit, you know. There was only Spalding. But now, as you know me, I'm very open-minded. Molten balls are good. There is a reason why I have a molten ball in the top 5 of all balls, you know, what I ranked. The molten BG 4500, and also I like the D3500, not the BG, the D3500, one of the best balls for bad weather, a ball which every street baller should have. I have it in my personal top 10 rankings if I had to choose from all balls. And also the rubber ball from Molten, what I have, the green and black version, when you know it. This is also a very good rubber ball, flat ball, but a very nice, and they're always good made. And the new version, I have one of it, the 3850, feels absolutely good, a ball which I like. That is a beside reason. But then, as a Spalding friend from the 90s, this ball to sell as a Spalding ball, to me, is an absolutely joke, you know. My first impression when I got it, I told the story, but I will not retell it now, but a feeling was that cannot be a Spalding ball. That cannot be a Spalding ball. That is so bad made. The playability is better than it looks, that of course, but that is really a joke for the company of Spalding, you know, what they have done here. And when you know the price, you know, 40 euro or correctly 39 something for a rubber ball, you know. And what you get here from the material and how it is made, and there are big differences. Wilson Authentic Outdoor looks a bit the same, the material is the same when you go over it, when you like this rubber feeling, but there are worlds from this Authentic Outdoor ball against this Spalding ball. The Wilson is completely high on, and that is the lowest of the lowest, you know. When you watch exactly, first of all, the painting is not good made, you know. How it is made, the lines, you know, it is not that sharp, but that all goes over, you know. When you have this material, feels not good. The valve, you know, there you can always say they make it click click, you know, with a how it is called, a skisser, you know. Sometimes you have it better or not, but that is not the point, because sometimes the valve stands a little bit out, but with the GoPro I cannot go too close, then it is not sharp. But here that is so much open and so bad made, the outside, that is an absolutely no-go. That you would expect from an under 10 euro, under $10 ball, but not from the 40 euro dollar Spalding ball. An absolutely joke what you get here from the quality and the material of the rubber, you know. Maybe that will last long, I cannot tell that because I don't play it every time, but what brings me that when it is not this high-end ball? Really my thoughts were, first of all, I have the Spalding old version of the Platinum series and it was damaged and I wanted a new one. And what I got there, I was very disappointed because that is a complete other ball. Other weight, other material, other made, all is other. Other factory, other country, you know. This ball is made in Vietnam, you can read it here. And the other ball was made in Thailand, you know, this Spalding. Complete other ball. So that was the first thing, but I was so disappointed. I really thought that is a fake Spalding ball. And still I cannot believe that this is the original Spalding Platinum series. Because when you go to pictures, you know, in the internet sites, you see those lines other than here. This is really bad painted on. That is a joke, you know. And on the pictures that is more like a mirror where you see it other, like the old version. But on pictures I told also that, like the Amazon Basics ball, the new version don't have the logo on there anymore, you know. And what have they done? They didn't make new photos, you know, for the Amazon site. They did it with Photoshop or a photo program. They cut it out, the symbol, and in very bad way. And so I would never trust in it, because also they make the balls, the saturation they put up with the orange, and then the balls look more colorful that you buy it, and in original they don't look like that, you know. And that is really this ball I cannot recommend, you know. The only plus point what you can say is the beveling in the thing. That is better made, is other beveling, you know, than in here. But you know, when you watch that site, I would tell you that is a €8 ball from Smith Toys, you know, a bad ball. And the funny thing is, this ball here, In my city I see very often. Yesterday I have also seen a guy with that ball. I don't know why the people buy this ball. They don't know it. They think for 40 euro, great Spalding ball. That is a choke ball, you know. Really a choke ball. Also, when you compare that to the Wilson Authentic Outdoor, there are levels between, you know. And then we have the Spalding Street. Similar feeling, similar rubber material, but it is better playable and it is better made, you know, and you don't have to pay that much. Not the Street Phantom, Spalding Street, the version from nowadays, you know. But yeah, when you have this ball, then you have it. But here I see a lot of shit balls, you know, or balls which normally you get from the price other balls. Now I have seen a sensed new ball. I don't know, you know. There are better options out there. But yeah, it is what it is. And for example, people here in my city never ask me, I said this, they never came to me and asked me, hey, you have so much balls, can I test one? But in general, I think, doesn't matter if it was on a camera or private without a camera, the people nowadays against people from back then are not that much interested in balls, you know. They buy a ball and yeah, it is which model that is. Not all, but a lot of people, I think, you know. But in general, not only in my city. But once again, no one has asked me, can we play this, that, you know. And now I tell you, when I now say this, and now people will come, hey, now can I play your ball? Now the time is over. Now I have no interest anymore. And also I have no time because I enjoy my basketball playing. And now when the weather is better, I'm on the way. Don't have the time to spend my time with things which I don't like, you know. So and now we play it, then we will see, and there it is. Hidden court. We have a few hidden courts, you know. The Hidden Woods court and other things, you know. But that is the original hidden court. Relaxing, nice. Now let's do it. Grip is also not here, you know. And can you remember that place? I've shown you a picture over 20 years ago how this place looked, you know. There was a skate ramp and basketball, you know. I've shown you that. I have a video footage. If you know my videos, you can search it. Over 900 videos, maybe you will find that clip. So my friends, now we change the side. Also here you have to be careful because there is always sand in. You see that? There is completely slippery. You hear it? Because there is always sand for the kids, you know, and they often move in, and you see that there is all sand. From the wide angle you will not see that much, but so here, that is, you cannot make quick dribblings, you know, because there is all sand, you know, but that makes nothing. You have to be a bit careful, you know, to adjust to it on the left, because here it is better, there is this rough asphalt, so you have more grip there, but that is a quiet place, you know, peaceful, no problems, no bad people, and when people are here they are friendly, you know. That is my style, what I like, you know. People who greet, who have a good mood, who are nice, who have energy, not with, hey, I'm better than you. Also a subscriber, you know, where I got the 3 boys, the 2 Baden boys, and the crossover, the legend, and the Wilson authentic outdoor ball. And he said he doesn't like this street ball where people make others bad, you know. How I understood it, it is like this and one style. When people, for example, there is a difference if you make someone look bad, you know, but in a positive energy, and then the other one says, boy, that was a cool move, and then you connect, you know. That is how we made it back in the days. We also played matches, we competed, but then at the end of the day that was cool, boy, you made this move, you dunked and this, you know. That was cool, you know, but nowadays you see also a lot of people who make it in so a bad intention, you know, and that is what I don't like. For example, the move when players put the ball to the head, that is to me stupid, has nothing to do with basketball, and it is dangerous because when you don't expect that and you get a ball on there, even if you think the ball is light, but you can really, it can happen something. So that is, to me, that is also what I don't like, you know. I like, for example, I tell you a story. There was a dunker, you know, he was more little than me, and he could jump to a high ring and dunk, but you know, it was also no greeting, nothing. I don't like that when someone comes in, no greeting, all is away from you. I play for my own, I will have nothing to do with you, I'm not interested in the ball, nothing. And then when I left the building, you know, the outdoor court, and I said, boy, because I watched him, and to me that is cool when I see someone who can things what I cannot do. I said, boy, you have really power in the legs, you know, you can jump, very cool, you know. And it was like, yeah, that reaction, yeah. That is, I don't want to spend time with such people, you know. I want people who come, hey, cool, what ball do you have? Can we play? And not this, hey, can we play a 3-3, you know. That happened one time. Can we play 3-3? Not, hey, cool, can we meet? Can we talk a bit? Can we play together? First sentence, can we play a match, you know, 1-1, so it is called. Can we play 1-1? To me, when you ask me that is first question, that means I want to show you that I'm better than you. That I'm not interested in, you know. I always told it, I have no talent for basketball. When you bring 100 players and you let us dribble, make movements, they will all be better than me, you know. I have no talent. I have no talent in throwing. Of course, the people tell me I throw wrong, but I make it. When you watch my videos, back then I had my elbow higher on. Then because of a shoulder pain years ago, I changed my throwing like a Jada Williams style. I watched her a lot of times. She is much better than me, and since then I keep that. You know, I kept that. I don't change it again. Now I have nothing again, you know. And I am a not good basketball player. I've never learned it. When you go 2 weeks in a club, you will beat me easily because you have the fundamentals with the legs, the defense. I don't have that, you know. But what I can do is, when I play 1v1, even if you cannot play basketball, then I can go with my hands and defend it, make it as much uncomfortable, you know. Use your legs and always cut the way off. That you can do to overpower him. Always be on his side. And I am, when you play against me, a very correct player. I don't make fouls, you know. Such people I also don't like. when people come and crush you from behind in the air and such things. With such people I have nothing to do, and at my home court with such people we also had nothing to do, because when you had done such a style you would never have come again to that court. Not one time you would be able to come again, you know. And such things I don't want to talk about it, because I have good mood, I want to enjoy it, you know. And to me, I hear the birds, I can play, no one tells me if I'm good or not, you know. And when people come in the outside courts, they are nice and friendly, hey cool and this, you know. That is what I like. And so a dunk, but a dunk without crushing the ball in. Don't wonder, because we don't damage it, you know. But it is a nice thing, you know. Whoever has done the series, absolutely great, you know. And one thing to the shoes, I have now the big shoes on, but those I don't like that much with those things, you know. I have it on, but to me the other version, I have the orange one without those overduel, perfect, you know. Perfect. There I have to say, I don't like advertisement, you know. Normally in general on YouTube, you know. But there, from Mr. Mike, I've seen this, and then I thought I buy those shoes, you know. And really, if you know my adventures, 200 kilometers, on and on and on, I always wear the basketball shoes. Also by bicycling the routes, you know, I had the basketball shoes from Beacon. And I guarantee you, to me, they made the difference. When I was 11, 12 hours on a bicycle on the way, played basketball, when you do that with a normal shoe, you know, which don't have that vibration in, this soft rubber material, I tried it, the legs are over, and with those shoes they made a huge difference. So there was the advertisement, perfect, you know, perfect. And when I have the money again to buy new shoes, absolutely the big shoes, you know, and I have nothing to do with them or with the guy, nothing. But to me that was an advertisement which worked out absolutely great, you know, and I'm also thankful. Now other side and ball, yeah, you see it. Also how used up this ball gets, you know. It's also not that you say this rubber material is great, you know. I don't play it often, but those few playings it is also not good, you know. So that this is a Spalding ball, really, that is the baddest Spalding ball I have ever had in my hands, really. On the other side you have to say it's not the baddest rubber ball, it is in the middle line. I would rank it. Of course it is better than the lowest of the lowest, but it is not a good rubber ball, you know. It's not a good rubber ball, period. And now I enjoy the other side. So my friends, you have seen it, the dunk, but here I told you it's all the sand, so I cannot run and make things. And you see I don't touch the ring with my fingers because you damage it, you know. And that is what we don't want to do. And when you have such a court, we have also a subscriber where I got the voice once again. He has also an own portable ring, what he told me. And he didn't play in winter because he said it can happen that it can break on, you know. And by such things I would never throw from far away because, you know, you damage it, you see. And when you make wide shots, that is also a thing. When I see such people on the court, some don't know it. Kids, you know, kids are always try to hang on. There, that is normal, you know. But more grown-up people, when I see that, is absolutely not cool. Also, what I told you at Watergate court, at the small Watergate court, there we have the wooden board, you know, a real wooden board. And when you throw there from far away, you damage it, you know, and that we don't want to do. And there you should always look for the things, you know. A cool thing for kids, you know, that they can play there. And then you see in that village it is still here, you know. It's nothing damaged, so the people watch out for this, you know. And that is absolutely cool. And yeah, there you know, when you have such a thing, don't make wide shots. Because, for example, I've seen a video from my city, you know, there was a guy who made a small short video, you know, to generate views, and he got anger, and you know what he did? He took his ball and threw it with full power to the ring up there. Then you can imagine that the rings are over, that they get wobbling and damaged, and that to me is an absolute no-go. With such people, avoid me, don't come to me, I don't like you, you know, I don't want to have something to do with such people, because that is to me stupid. We have one subscriber who told me people broke the ring up in, where was it? In Slovenia. There was a cool street ball video. When you watch the video, I've enjoyed that. He sent me 2 street ball videos from a court which does not exist anymore. It was 15 years ago or so, really cool street ball. And he said, no, it was the other one. I mix it now together, but doesn't make now something where the ring is over and they didn't repair it for 1 year. And that people we don't need on a court, you know. But very relaxing, you know. I can play alone, you know. To me, that is enjoyment. But maybe because I have to do the whole day with people. I have to talk to people the whole day. And when I come here alone, that relaxes me. I have a free mind, and I learned that since the 90s, basketball was always a game where I could play alone, because I known people who were much better than me, or I know people who didn't play basketball, only played because I told them, and so that never connected that much. And then later on in my village I played alone because the other people went to alcohol and such things, and I stayed at the sports place as last one from all, and then I played alone, you know. And since then I have no problem to enjoy my time alone on a basketball court. Wow. And it gets warm again, that is nice, you know. So last balls and then we quit the show. So, now my friends, we end the show from the hidden court, one of my personal lovely courts, you know. But depends on which weather, because you can have in here a lot of dirt. And now with the Spalding Platinum series, not a good rubber ball, not a good Spalding ball, not the baddest rubber ball, but in my opinion you don't need this rubber ball. There are all other options. For the price, a choke, and that it is a Spalding ball, also a choke, and not good made. The rubber material looks roughed up already, so cannot recommend it. There are other Spalding balls, the Street Phantom, much better options to me, you know, better in price. And yeah, that is what I can tell you. In comparison to the Wilson Authentic Outdoor, for me there are levels between, from the quality, from the playability, from the feeling. But yeah, that it is. It made also fun. Oh, and now I will leave the court. I drive back down, and we see us again from other court, other ball. Maybe the street that we have the comparison behind, you know, all together, and that it is. From hidden court. Until then, bye and ciao.